Alright, what's going on, guys? Spencer-Mack here. Super appreciate all of the love and support and insight you guys shared after my last video. I want to culminate this past experiment with an overview of all of the different wonderful things that I learned with the study and practice of the Amen protocol. I actually made a list because organization and attention to detail is certainly one of those things. Now, I was no stranger to the intermittent fasting. I had practiced the warrior diet some 12 or 13 years ago, and that had just integrated into my lifestyle as a matter of habit after that. The warrior diet was created by a man by the name of Ori Hofmeckler, I believe is how you pronounce his name, and basically just going along the ideas of how he believed the Roman soldiers ate. And one thing that was not a part of his protocol was caloric restriction, because in the evening you were supposed to eat a meal of about 4,000 calories. So that is one of the more profound things that I experienced and learned firsthand through the Amen protocol. I did in fact gain muscle mass on a calorically restricted 1 meal a day diet. Vegan. Just blows every concept out of the water. However, as I've expressed, it just has not been. I feel that there's a better way that I can approach it, and I'm taking a step back for right now. But all in all, it's the best protocol that I have come across in my study over the last 14 years. Proper research was the main idea that I got from Amen. After seeing the depth of what he sourced his information from, and helped me realize all of the common sense that I had just taken on from different teachers and people that I had studied, different books I read. Because when I was first getting into this, just to find a book on it was like, wow, people read and study this stuff. It must be true. And so there are different concepts that I took on that weren't really scientifically founded. So the degree that I vet the beliefs that I choose to hold is exponentially grown after seeing how Amen conducts and creates his protocol. The fundamentals and the power of fundamentals. I chased after the most rare herbs and potent medicinals from across the world, but I was missing some of my most fundamental minerals, even though in fact I had to find out and alter my own approach with the potassium, with the electrolytes, as that wasn't a part of his protocol because he doesn't have a need for it. But the very basics, a multivitamin, a full spectrum amino acid supplement, those are the foundational building blocks, and if you don't have those on lock, you don't need to be looking for rare herbs. So understanding what the fundamentals of nutrition are, the foundations of our scientific understanding of health and longevity, and building a lifestyle around that. Ultimately, another huge piece I got from him is the art of designing your own lifestyle protocol, because that's what he's done. He's taken the best of the information that's available, compiled it into a rhythm, into a lifestyle, into a pattern, and he lives by it. And I think that is the fundamental lesson that everybody should take from this. You should compile all of the best that you've found throughout all of your research, through all of your experimentation, and create yourself a discipline. And just about every diet works, really. It's a matter of actually adhering to something that has so much value in of itself, brings so much order and clarity to your mind whenever you cultivate, clarify, and persevere on a specific discipline. It really doesn't matter what it is. Really, granted, some are far better than others, but that message that you send yourself by adhering to repeating a practice every day, and you can exponentially empower the benefits of that by adding as many of these habits as you can to your daily lifestyle, because where we grow, what we gain the most from is what we do habitually every day. So the art of timing, of when is the best time to do something, the proper dosage, and lining it up in a lifestyle, a rhythm. You're playing a song here. So extremely valuable there, defining your own protocol. I certainly learned in my research genetics make a huge difference. I already knew this before, and I do comprehend that epigenetics is a thing. There are a great deal of our genes that change rapidly, even during the day. But over time, by month and by year, you can cause huge genetic shifts based on the way that you live. Your genes, your cells can become more efficient with the energy that you give them. And so that is one profound example that I had of that was a Native American tribe that adopted to living in the desert. They adapted to thriving on 800 calories a day. Now, thanks to the advent of the Western diet and freely available food, they are the most obese people in the US, I think in the world, because their genes are so efficient or are so set up to store fat. Genetically could be a reason if you are struggling with losing weight. Your genes are set up to store fat. They've done studies where they've set 2 different types of mice. One of them has the genes to do just that, fed them the same amount. One will get fat. So it's a genetic thing that has a big, profound impact on how we adapt to these things. Some genetics aren't going to change in a lifetime, but some can take up to a year, multiple years to change. So epigenetics is a big idea to comprehend. Really bringing in the caloric restriction idea and actually seeing and experiencing the value of that, understanding the idea of autophagy, he really emphasized and brought that one up for me. The clarity of mind that comes with the organization and having a set schedule to live by and simplifying things. The amount of free time that I have in a day when you're not eating all day. The amount of clarity that you have in your mind when your stomach's not full. Simplifying and organizing. Profound principles that I learned from Amen. Even further in that direction, the organization of your words. Just by reading his scriptures, reading his writing, I was educated in a language I thought I knew. So, cultivating the word by developing your diction, gaining more understanding and more tools in your toolkit by expanding your vocabulary gives you the ability to define things with more clarity. And it is that clarity, it's that precision that brings power, that potency of precision. And so really refining that tool that is the word, either learning a new language or learning a new word every day, cultivating and developing the word helps us to define and utilize our own power, direct our own energy. That's what words do. They embody, they describe. They create an image. And to have more tools that you can direct and specify your energy with is a keen idea. All in all, it's just the self-discipline, self-control that comes with the protocols, the most potent power. You can't control yourself. You can't really play the game. You get to drive a go-kart if you have just a little bit of self-control. But if you really work towards mastery, you get the Ferrari, right? And it's not because somebody gave it to you, it's you who gave it to you, cultivating that power of self-control. There are definitely things that we disagree on. One of the main ones is I am certainly into the fats. And when I first brought up the idea of using fats as the primary source of calories, his main responses to me were cholesterol and heart disease. Both of these things are old ideas that are fallacies and have been proven so in recent years. So the next time I spoke to him, he brought up advanced lipo-oxidative end products. They're like ages that form from sugars, but from fats. So those are his main downsides of looking at fat. Also expressing that the bulk of the meal has a piece to play in cutting off the hunger by bringing satiation with the fiber. But you could add fibers. You could eat a lot of fat on a salad or a lot of vegetables. So that's more my approach. I would eat a lot of vegetables with a lot of fat on them. And just my research into fat, I'm excited about it. It's very potent. I see carbs as a tool that you use if you're no longer trying to lose weight, or if you train explosively, or if you're trying to put on some weight. That's how carbs are used in my mind right now. So all in all, just humbled and grateful for the example that Dr. Nun has put out there and being able to connect with him and learn from him. And it's profound. There's so many haters out there, but actually getting to connect with him and witness his character, I know it's all coming from a very benevolent source. That's how he feels. That's how I perceived him. So I'm just grateful for the education, and I'm taking the blueprint and refining it and making it more individualized, which is what I believe ultimately needs to happen. There are ground level blueprints, solid principles, which I believe he's done a wonderful job of collecting all of the most solid principles. But then there are elements that the individual needs to adapt to based on their lifestyle, their goals, their genetics, their metabolism. So foundation and then customization. And that's just done with time and trial and experimentation, with research, and with finding the right people to work with. So try and try again, my friends. Awesome. So those are the main ideas I wanted to share. Whatever this brought up for you guys, I would love to hear the feedback. And the meditation. Didn't write that one down. The meditation being a central point of the protocol is profound and extremely valuable. It is the pinpoint. It is the crux. The power of the mind. Your ability to control your thoughts, direct your energy, is your ability to collect the life of your dreams. To get anything that you want, really. To create experiences and relationships and abundance. All comes down to the ability to control your thoughts, your awareness, your focus. So that's a profound element that he really helped drive home for me. Wasn't anything new, but the emphasis was very much appreciated. Awesome, guys. Deep gratitude for the teachers. Lots of love and appreciation for you guys. And yeah, share your insights, what you felt. Share the video if it was helpful to you. And let's keep the conversation going. Lots of love. Peace.